Hi guys, it's Rosie here. You know, the YouTube channel is kind of like a subway train. You hit certain stops, weeks go by, months go by. People come on the channel, people come off of the channel. But basically, you might roll along for weeks or months on the channel, and you get new people on, and they're just basically holding on to the strap, trying to trying to stay upright as the train's moving forward at a very high rate of speed. Well, some people write me and say, Rosie, you know, we like what you see in your uploads, but it'd be nice sometime if you just recapped and you gave us a little heads up on where you came from, what's going on with the channel, what it means to be chooched and dickered, what's your story, what's it like to be a T-girl, how big are your boobs, all those kind of questions that plague the viewership here. And I get it. You know, I upload a lot of material, and it's like, you know, what are we doing here, and what does it mean to be chooched and dickers? And you know, it's almost like you have your own stupid vocabulary for the channel and things. But after a while, in context, you pick it up. But I thought tonight would be a nice night to take everybody around. You know, talk about who my friends are, where I came from, what's going on with the property here. We can check out. We got some plums that are coming into ripe. We got some ripe peaches and stuff. Go back and check the apple tree. We'll just have a friendly chooch, and we'll walk along, and you know, give you a little backgrounder on the channel and all that, because I do recognize people are joining at a faster rate. And they weren't here in the dark days of multiple community violations and all that. So, you know, here we are today. All right. So let's go out on a little chooch, and let's get a little background. All right, guys. As any follower of the Rosie O'Kelly channel knows, the first thing you got to do is you got to get yourself undickered to chooch along here, okay? When I worked for Royal Bank of Canada and the Royal Trust Company back in the late 80s through the mid 90s, I worked with a lot of Canucks over there, okay? And these Canucks were funny guys, all right? And every day we're laughing, and they had a vocabulary of their own. And two of the words that always stuck with me were chooched and dickered. Now let's start off and talk about the word chooched, okay? Chooch is one of those multi-purpose words that can be a noun. In other words, it's all chooched up, you know, well, it's more of an adjective, I guess. It describes the it that's screwed up. But it can also be a verb, like we went out on that, we went chooching along, we went on a chooch, like a noun. I mean, the English language is friggin' hurting for not having that word in it, all right? Now, I know some of you go to the dictionary and you look it up and it's like it's not there, especially some of my pals in the Middle East and stuff. They're like, Rosie, you're not helping us learn English. You know, you got the King's, there's the King's English, and then there's the Slavs English, and that's where you come in. All right, so that's the first thing you got to know is you got to pay attention, and you got to have it used in context, all right? So if I'm chooching along, you know, I'm walking, riding, or some motive form of transportation. Now, let's talk about dickered. If something's dickered, it's dicked up. Really? Can't figure it out. It's another word. You're not going to find it in the dictionary when things are dickered, but it's a really useful word, and it's really descriptive. Remember the chooching lawnmower when I bent the shaft on the damn thing? Well, that was severely dickered, and I took a lot of work to get that baby chooching again. So there's an instance where I've used dickered and chooched in the same sentence, but you can figure it out. I got the bastard gone again. This property here I purchased as a foreclosure in May of 2011. The reason I did is it's super close to work, and it's a big property. And you know what? It was ugly as hell. You know, you're looking up at those nice concrete walls now. They're framing the patio. You're looking at the pergola up on the back deck. You're looking at the Wolfie boy there. I'm surprised he's not asleep yet. But none of this stuff was here before. There were dead trees standing there, and that was a mess. It looked like screened in Cajun porch up there with chicken wire and stuff. It was just a holy mess. The property's big. It goes back a half an acre here with a quarter acre in the front and a quarter acre in the back. The funny thing is the property was so dickered up when I came to look at it that the average person would pull up in a car out front here, and the real estate agent would be like, I want to show you this nice property down here, and of course there's one big dead tree in the front lawn and another half dead one there, and the people are like, are you effing serious? Let's get going. You know, they don't get out of the car. And the few that do get out of the car see a property here that's divided at quarter acre in front, quarter acre in back. And when I moved here, there were two big metal sheds here that basically started at this fence line end here and blocked it. So when people came to see the property, what ones did come and were bold enough to get out of their vehicle, they thought that this property was just a quarter acre in front, and they assumed that this huge back lot back here was just another property. Now, I live in a very high density area here in the city of Santa Rosa, which if you're playing the home game and you're looking at Google Maps, you'll see that we're about 45 miles due north of San Francisco, going up Highway 101, which is the highway that takes you across, if you're going south, across the Golden Gate Bridge and into San Francisco. But anyway, I'm in Sonoma County, which is one county north of San Francisco. You have Marin County down there, and then you have San Francisco. I'm just coming out and checking the apple trees, and it looks like I'm going to have a good crop this year, because I've tried to thin out the apples and things. But anyway, moving along with the story, I moved here. I'd been in the area of Santa Rosa for a lot of years. I have another home in the area also. Okay, like I'm rich, right? No, I'm cheap. So this house, I paid 1/4 of what this house sold for in 2006 when I moved here. And it was upper six figures when I moved here, and it was a bloody friggin' mess. All right, there was people using this for these metal sheds I told you that divided the property. They were being used for shooting galleries and for prostitution and stuff. What you know is there were no fencing here. Everything was all broken down, old wooden fencing, and people would cut through the back of the property here and walk across and just walk out, shortcut out to the main road that goes in front of the house here. But you come out to the shine shack, and this is where the metal sheds were in here. You know, those Sears sheds that you put up, you keep lawnmowers in and that kind of crap. But the shine shack was used for multiple apartments, if you can believe it, despite the fact that it has no sewer or anything like that. But it was really funny, because in the middle of the property coming down, in the middle of the building here coming down, was a dividing wall that came down to the floor, and this was one rental unit on this side, and then there was another rental unit on this side. Okay, you see the moonshine still, all right? Really, do I have to explain that? All right. There's Spanky behind me there. That's our pride and joy of the place here, and Spanky kicks out some good product. But as of my old standard disclaimers, you know, don't assume what you see or think is alcohol, or things can and are staged for entertainment on YouTube and also on the show Moonshiners, right? So it's been a labor of love here, and the last thing I'm trying to do now, if you come inside the Shine Shack again, you know, I've renovated the house in there, and it's real nice. But if you come inside here, you can see where I've vaulted the ceiling. The ceiling used to come across from here and all the way over. It was only about an 8-foot ceiling, and now I've managed to get it up about 9 feet 6 inches here, and did all this framing. I've done all the rough-in plumbing for the place. I have a shower there. I have the toilet hookup over in the corner there. hookups for the sink, so I'm waiting for the excavating dick to come and hook up the sewer line outside, and we're gonna be good to go in here. We're gonna insulate this and put the sheetrock up and make her plenty comfortable, and it'll be like a legal granny unit out here. Anyway, let's talk about me a little bit, okay? You're thinking, ooh, you know, Rosie, a woman of mystery and stuff. I've actually had a very exciting life because I lived the first half of my life as a male, and the second half of my life, which is coming up to age 55 on Friday. And if you want to send birthday wishes on first day of summer, June 21st, feel free to chooch a few over to me and it's all good to go. But I've been transgender for a lot of years. I've been on hormones, was dressing for a lot of years before that. I've had my breast augmentations, as people tell me every day. You got one of the biggest racks I've seen on the T-girls out there, Rosie, and you know, some people thought it was hormones. Like, really? We're life that easy, but you know, I like to be sort of a natural gal. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup and things because I'm always on the go. Now, I have friends. You have friends. I have friends. One of my oldest and dearest friends, and she's not old, she's younger than everybody's younger than I am, is my friend Janet. And Janet is a lovely gal, and I met her on through Adult Friend Finder. Oh, I guess I've known her about 5 or 6 years now, and we started hanging out about 2 years ago, and we became really good, fast friends, and we just enjoy hanging out in each other's company. But with the package of her came the boss. And the boss and her have been together for 7 years, and you know, he loves her like crazy. But as he says, every 3 months or so, she needs a attitude adjustment, and you know, he's just the one to give it to her. But he's a gifted electrician that knows everything about anything with industrial electricity and stuff. And he's a true blue guy. If he's on your side, you got it made. But if you dicker him up or something, I got to tell you a story. One time, December of 2000, I guess it was December of 2011, we were down in Las Vegas for a few days, hanging out. We had fun, you know. Janet and I are on the zip line and having a blast. And the first night we got down to Vegas, I don't know, I was feeling slightly under the weather, and we had tickets for the Adam Carolla show at the House of Blues at Mandalay Bay, and it was the worst damn show we ever saw. It was so boring. $40 a pop. I'm surprised they didn't stampede the box office. I mean, he's not Jimmy Kimmel's the funny guy, right? Jimmy Kimmel's like, I've approved this show. Really? Anyway, the show sucked. We come out of the concert, and you know, the boss has always got to have his smoke before we take off. Well, I get in the car. I got Bobby in the car. I got Janet in the car, and I take off, and I leave the boss on the parking lot. You want to talk about bad shit? Now, at that moment, I had that moment of indecision. Like, half of me wanted to say, like, just keep going. You know, you don't want to go back and face the music that you left the boss on the parking lot at Mandalay Bay at like 12 o'clock at night. And the other half of me I gave into, I went back and picked him up. So from now on, whenever we get anywhere, he always says, oh, Rosie, it's like you got that ADD. You just jump out of the car, and like that Ailton Cajun Festival. It's like, I'm ready to chooch on into the festival, but he's got to have his smoking. And he also thinks I got ADD. Like, he thinks I need an intervention to sort of figure out why I don't act my age and everything else. Bobby, I've known Bobby for about 4 years, and again, we talked on the AFF for 2 years before I even met him 2 years ago. And the thing that's remarkable about Bobby is he was always very chill when we would chat on Adult Friend Finder. He never pushed the issue of meeting. He was never a troll. He was always like, we will meet one day, and you'll like me. And then that day came in June of 2011, and the rest is history. We've been chooching along ever since. We've had Sacramento, Reno, Vegas. You know, we've done everything, and he's just a super guy, and he's so easygoing. And we both have our lives, and we're sort of both together, and it's really a nice thing. So where do we stand now? You know, the house is basically done. I'm about to the point where, you know, it's not going to take too much more to finish off the shack and sort of have it as an erstwhile granny unit. I've done a lot of work putting planter boxes around. You know, you've seen the Lady Banks roses. I've got the fruit trees planted. Speaking of, let's go back and take a look for a minute. You know, I do have my orange trees, but I thought you'd be interested in seeing tonight that we have our first real harvest coming on. And if you look at the Santa Rosa plum tree, you can see some of the color of the beautiful plums there. And a few more days, and they'll be ready to chooch into the old mouth there for a little bit of eating. And the real nice thing is these little tiny small peaches. Look at these boys. Look at the beautiful color on them. And boy, you want to talk about a good tasting little fruit. These things are only about that big. I'm dripping on the camera, right? Anyway, sometimes I think, you know, I finish up the project here and it's probably time to move on. And other times I think, you know, I've got so much invested now of my heart and soul into the Rancho de Rosie, my half acre of hell here, that I could hardly bear to sort of part with it now. It's such a part of me. And many a night I've cried here with blistered hands and insulation all in me and smashed fingers and toes from missed hammer blows. I've put more wood in to repair termite damage and refinished wood floors and just put can lights in and insulated, tore every bit of sheetrock out of the place over there. Practically rebuilt the whole house, all new wiring I pulled through everywhere. You know, it's my place now, and I really feel like I've earned it. A lot of people say, Jesus, Rosie, every time you're doing an upload, the sirens are going off. I hear people screaming like they're being murdered in the background. Motorcycles, gunshots. I hear sirens everywhere. Well, look, you know, it's one way you know that you're on my channel, right? I'm in a very urban, densely populated area here. There's an apartment unit. There's an apartment building back here that you can see in the back that probably has about 600 residents in it. I have, this is all duplex apartments over here down this road. And if you look behind it, you can see the tops of the apartment houses there. I'm just in a little tiny oasis in the middle of hell here in Roseland, California. But you know what? I love my life. I love my friends. I love you guys being along on the YouTube channel, because I am a chick on the go, and I like to go places and do things and not sit around and pine and mope about what it is to be a T-girl, but be out on the go, living as a true female and not worrying about anything except where the next beer and the next whiskey are coming from. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little backgrounder tonight on my life here at Casa de Rosie and Rancho de Rosie. It's been a hell of a ride for about almost exactly 2 years, and I know I keep talking about it, but I promise I'm going to go back and get all the old photos. I'm going to chooch them up into a photo montage and upload them, and you're going to sit home, you're going to you're going to heat up some popcorn, and you're going to be weepy and teary-eyed by the time. So, all right, guys, thanks for being along. Have a happy Monday, and I love all you guys. Thank you.